The East End bike scene is special.
I get up quite sleepily and attach my trailer and cycle down to the flower market.
East End of London is where I was born. The cycling, I've always cycled. In them days there wasn't many people doing cycling, and then about, I'd say 8–10 years ago, that all changed.
People don't feel intimidated by getting on a bike. They don't need to be told by a politician or hire a bike to just cycle.
East London's special in that our lack of other transport means meant that it became a place that was kind of a mecca for cyclists. But that's what it is. It's a way of getting into town. It's not this elitist, overly cool, skinny jeans, massive bearded, case in point. Once you're on a bike and you start looking up and looking for the cycle routes and the way that the other cyclists are going, if anything, you just follow them quite a lot of the time, and you realise that there are all these amazing little rat runs that take you around the back streets of East London, and suddenly you pop out where you were trying to get to. I think it'd be fair to say that East London is not only leading the way in London in terms of cycle culture, but leading the way in terms of the rest of the UK. Our philosophy is that we want to put people on bikes rather than the other modes of transport. The places we want to be, or the people we want to get at, are the guys who are sitting on the tube in the morning with their head in someone else's armpit.
Petalon was kind of born from James, really, because when he started up Kennedy City Bicycles, we had about 200 bikes here, and it got me thinking about other ways we could use the bikes rather than just selling them. Hackney's got amazing community spirit amongst all the shops. When we had a pop-up shop on Lower Clapton Road, everybody wanted to help or know what you were doing or see how they could contribute in some way, and it was an amazing thing to be a part of.
I think it's really important that local businesses all work together, because we offer a service, and our service is cycle support. It could be repairs, it could be tours, it could be business to business. We are actively engaging and training those people who have been long-term unemployed, ex-homeless, ex-offenders, and then we're working with people with learning and physical disabilities in the area, local special needs schools, giving people a cycling experience on adapted bikes. We're really excited about the work we're doing with Qbic. It's really important that any profits we make go straight back into delivering our social impact, and that's great partnership working.
I run Spin London, and it's a sort of alternative cycling festival. It's celebrating cycle culture and lifestyle within the city sort of context and out. But the idea is to kind of represent the more independent grassroots brands and give them a platform to showcase their craft and also their quite progressive ideas and creations. So this year we're partnering with Qbic Hotel London. It's on the doorstep of our event, and a super bike-friendly kind of boutique hotel.
If anybody hasn't got a bike, the Boris bikes are fantastic. There are other companies out there you can hire bicycles off. I've cycled from Holborn or somewhere, Covent Garden, and beaten my family, whoever I'm with, to Woodford Station. It's not fun.
From the retail perspective of cyclists now, they're ridiculously spoiled. There's never been a better time to be an urban cyclist. It changes the way that people use this part of town. It changes the businesses. It changes the way that people would even consider setting up, say, a cafe. You would think about the cycle routes. You'd make sure that you were somewhere where people were going to come past on their bikes.
Traditionally, cyclists, professional cyclists, have always been coffee drinkers. So cycling and coffee have always been together.
Once you have a lot of cyclists, it's easier. Every single time another cyclist gets out on the road in London, it gets safer for everyone else. And the more they'll be provided for, and the more legislation will protect cyclists.
The best piece of advice I had was to pretend that everyone was a learner driver and that they were going to make a mistake.
You need to be careful, whether you are a cyclist, whether you're a pedestrian, or whether you are a car driver.
If there's a heavy, goods vehicle, I don't go near it. I just hang back and I wait. What's the point?
Everyone needs to take care and be aware, but any change in development in infrastructure is a good thing.
East London is where probably one of the 3 places in the world that kind of constantly reinvents itself, on par with somewhere like Brooklyn, New York, or Tokyo or something.
But I think the way that it opened up London to me, I felt like I knew my city better once I had a bike, and I would start to knit together areas that I didn't know were so close together, because in my head I'd always seen them on a tube map.
I think what's growing is there are plenty of people who ride to and from everywhere they go, and that is arguably more of a lifestyle.
And I love riding fixed gear because you become one with the bike. And that's wonderful. When you're cycling, especially with fixed gear, you cannot stop cycling, and you're just cycling all the time, and it's lovely.
It's my work, it's my hobby, it's pretty much everything I do. I have no idea what I would do if bikes were not around.